toe. This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I wanna take it to the world, but now I've come back again. Why do I find it hard to write the next line? Oh, I want the truth to be said.
Hello everyone, this is Mrs. Har. So in psychology this week, we are moving on to our senses. Our senses are key that we study in psychology because we need to understand how we interpret our surroundings, the information that comes at us continually through our eyes, our ears, our smell, and our touch, and how we interpret that data that's coming in. Because some of the psychological disorders we're going to look at in this class, we actually are interpreting the data wrongly, or perhaps what we think we're seeing is not necessarily the correct thing that is out there. And that's when we start talking about different disorders and perhaps visions and seeing things that perhaps aren't really there. So we're going to get into all those psychological disorders and what they manifest themselves in, but we need to understand how important it is, our sense of touch, how we feel things with our hands and how that translates, how we hear things, our auditory, the information we take in, because keep in mind that hallucinations, and we're going to talk about, not only are visual, but they can have hallucinations that involve touch and hearing, and as well as vision. Oops, I thought I had my vision slide in here. Vision, and even taste. So some disorders that a person may experience with a mental health disorder, they may actively interpret all of their senses incorrectly, and so their reality is actually truly true to them, which becomes a very, very scary position for them to be in. And we're going to look at that and how that happens and how that information being processed is no longer what is really there. So what you have this week is you have the blind spot experiment, the senses interpretations, an interpretation assignment, and your test for 20 points. And keep in mind, with your test, you get to take it twice, and I'll keep the highest score because it's about you guys learning the concept. So hopefully you go through after the first one and go, I didn't quite get that. Let me reanalyze that again and figure it out so you really have the answers. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns. I hope you guys are enjoying our time in psychology. We have to get these basics out before we go into the clinical disorders that the class really seems to enjoy. All right. Let me know what you guys need. Questions, concerns. I can do phone calls, emails, meet you in a live session, whatever. I'm here to serve. Thanks, guys.
This is the sound of my soul. This is the sound. I wanna take it to the world, but now I've come back again.